Alrighty guys, I'm going to show you very quickly how to make a matching question. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go and go into my question bank. I like to make everything in my question bank. I like to make everything in there and organize it, then make a quiz. It's just a personal preference for me. I like to try to keep it organized. So what I like to do is try to keep everything, and this is all my classes, why it's so chaotic here, but this is my default for biology. So I have my let's go ahead and go to my evolution right here. So some of them I have more questions than others, the number besides the number of questions. So evolution only have 2, so I need to add some questions to this. So both of these are matching here. If I wanted to create a new question, I would just choose matching right here. Okay, and then what you want to do, so I'm just going to show you what one looks like. Let's look at this one. Okay. Then what you want to do is you're going to have the name here. Okay, and this is actually a quiz. So you're going to have, here's the basic idea. I just like to say that if this ever loads, it's loading really slow today for some reason. Words maybe more than once or not at all, that adds to difficulty in my opinion. So name the ship. So I basically have HMS Beagle. That's the correct answer, not obviously some of you, but that's the correct answer. Then I have other choices, HMS Pug, HMS Bulldog, that are not correct. There's no text here, so that will show up in the drop-down menu, but it's not correct. And that's how you can increase the difficulty of this. You just got to keep these words short. So basically, and then I have some other islands here on there to make that. And then I just kind of, I like to do it like this, is I make one question, and I have one that's similar to it, or that may not be blatantly obvious, kind of to up the difficulty a little bit. So yeah, that's pretty much the idea here. That's how you make it. So let me show you what it looks like when you're done. Let's go ahead and go back to edit questions. Let's just go back, see what it takes me. All right, so back to here, I can preview it. So I'm going to look at this. This is what it kind of looks like here. So I click on this. I have all these choices here. This is almost on the fringe of having too many choices for the kids to look through, especially if you have this non-honors class and some kids have struggle. This may be almost too many answer choices, but it's just kind of the idea of matching is a really quick way for those like lower level DOK blunt memorization things they have to know to be able to move on in your class. You can hold them accountable very easily and never have to grade it. Once again, you want to make sure you follow the other video to make sure a test or a quiz is secure by using that. But you could use these as practices too for kids and just not make them worth as many points. Anyway, that's a real quick rendition of matching. But one more thing I'm going to show you guys. I can make this worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 questions here, guys. What's important to understand, if I'm throwing this one question into a quiz or a test or whatever, I may want to make the default points 10 points. That means each one of those would be worth a point. Because if I have this and I had 10 questions on it, and then I had another question, multiple choice had just one question, they'd be weighted the same amount. So that's kind of something to keep in mind when you're making these things. So we want to weigh this to be worth more points, if that makes sense. Anyway, I hope that kind of helps, and thank you.